Hello, everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Cory. I'm the youth director here at St. Paul. For those of you who are new to our program, I wish you all a most heartfelt welcome. And to all of our returning students, I bid you all a most heartfelt welcome back. I have missed you all so incredibly much. I never would have imagined that when we turned you all loose on Wednesday, March 4th for spring break, that it would be nearly 7 months before we would all be able to get together again, let alone our world has changed as much as it has. But by the grace of God, we are able to meet again, and that is a wonderful thing. That being said, there are going to be a few changes to the program and a few obvious guidelines in place that I wanted to take a few quick moments to go over with you. We have worked very hard in order to make this program possible for you. We do feel that meeting in person is something critical to this program and that it really needs to be done. One of the things we do want to make sure we point out is that registration will be done a little differently this year. Registration is online only, and so no hard copy papers will be distributed or anything like that. Everything will be done electronically this year. And that's being done for several reasons. Not that we're trying to be difficult or anything like that, but from a restriction perspective, we're not really allowed to do hard copy papers right now. We can't have lines forming in our open spaces, but furthermore, and I'm about to get into this, we are going to have a limited window of time to conduct our meetings on Wednesday nights, and so we are going to need every available second to us. Registration is open now. It is open until Monday, September 28th. That is the first Monday before that is the Monday before our first Wednesday night gathering, which is September 30th. If you haven't registered by that date, don't sweat it. Just contact the church office and somebody will send you a link so that you can get registered. However, we are asking that everyone please make every available attempt to do this ahead of time. Knowing the numbers in advance is going to greatly help us in all of our spacing requirements that we have to meet this year, so that would help us greatly on that end. So after this video is over, please visit the church website. Please click on that registration link for Wednesday night religious education for grades 7 through 12. All right, and if you have a child or children this year in the 10th or 11th grades, that's our sacramental preparation classes for confirmation prep and confirmation, you'll see a special section on the website, on the registration form for that specifically. So please make sure you fill that out. And again, our program will begin on Wednesday, September 30th. Our program runtime will begin at 6:30 p.m. and it will run until 7:30 p.m. That is a noticeable decrease in the amount of time we normally have, but by the order of the diocese this year, for now anyway, we are only allowed to meet for a maximum of 1 hour. So we are going to have to stick to that, at least for the time being. That does mean that a good chunk of our program is going to be on hold for now. Our music and games and things like that are going to kind of be paused for the moment. That also means, given the new restrictions, we are not going to be able to serve a meal at this time, which is unfortunate. But that is the reason for the later start time at 6:30, to give you all time to get home, grab a bite to eat, and then come out to the church. And just as we are doing for Mass, all restrictions on social gatherings will be in place. So masks will be required. We will be conducting temperature checks when you walk in. Social distancing will be monitored, all that fun stuff. Per the CDC, and it's something I do need to say, is that if your temperature registers 100.4 degrees or higher, we will have to ask you to leave. That being said, please don't make us turn you away. We would, as you've no doubt heard many, many times by now, because we've all heard it, but if you are running a fever or in any way otherwise feeling unwell, please stay at home. We will certainly understand. Again, our program will begin at 6:30 on Wednesday evenings. We will begin in the sanctuary of the church, so over in the main body of the church. So when your parents are dropping you off, please make sure you pull up around the entrance to the church over by the Family Life Center and Early Learning Center. And we'll have a check-in table set up there. We'll be checking everybody in, temperature checks, all that kind of stuff too. From there, we will move into the Family Life Center. And we do plan on using all of the available space in the Family Life Center, at least for the time being, which will likely mean we'll be in the atriums a good bit. And our numbers are going to kind of dictate how much space we have. So again, that's another reason the registration online ahead of time is very important for us. Dismissal times will be staggered, and we will be dismissing throughout the front entrance of the Family Life Center and the back entrance over by the kitchen area. And so when you are arriving to pick up your children, you may begin the line in the Family Life Center or in front of the Family Life Center, as we always have, but please make every effort to wrap that line around the building, and so that way anybody coming out of the back doors back there will be able to find you with no problem. Or if you would prefer, please feel free to just park in the back parking lot and wait for your children. If you do have more than one child, please ask them not to wait in the lobby for their sibling and just to go right to their car. Again, that's kind of in keeping with the no gap, like the lines or gatherings in open spaces. All of our spaces will be sanitized both before and immediately after all of our meetings. We have a system set up with our volunteers where we're all going to be working to make sure that's done each and every week, so you can feel safe there. And as you can no doubt imagine, online communication, digital communication is going to be used more heavily this year than even in years past, which makes it extremely important that you are receiving my emails. So please make sure you add me as a favorite, a priority, or whatever. Just make sure you are getting emails from youth@spaulcc.org. That's youth at spaulcc.org. So we don't want anybody missing any of that information. Also, in terms of digital communication, all of our social media platforms are going to be more important now than ever before. We have several of those in place, and I want to make sure you are aware of all of them. First is our Remind 101 app. This is usually the first method I use when I send out quick communications, and I need for everybody to get signed up. I've created a brand new class for the 2020-2021 school year, and I need for everybody watching this to join right now. Joining is very easy. All you have to do is text the phrase @BigDeal. That's the @ symbol, BIGDEAL, to the number 81010, and you're joined. And whether you are a new student or parent or a seasoned veteran of our program, I need for everybody to do that now. I create a new class every year. This is the easiest way for me to keep all of those contacts current. And we also have an Instagram and Twitter account for the St. Paul Youth Group. You can find us on both of those. We have a Facebook group for The Big Deal. And we also have a YouTube channel now for The Big Deal where I will occasionally upload videos. The easiest way to make sure you are in the right place when searching for those is to look for our Big Deal logo. That is the golden cross with the words Big Deal in black letters around it. And that comes from, as children of God, we are all created in His image. And that makes each and every one of us a very big deal. And that was the inspiration for that name. So look for that logo. You'll be sure you're in the right place. Now, in these very uncertain times with this virus being as contagious as it is, we do know and we understand that many people are opting to catechize their children at home. Again, if this is your choice, we most certainly understand that, and we want to make sure you have all of the resources and information at your disposal when you need it. And so if you are opting to do this and you need these resources, you may contact myself, or Renee Bourne in the church office, and we will make sure to get you plugged into those resources. And kind of wrapping everything up, we are in ever-changing times, and we will do our best to keep you informed as things need to be revised or changed for better or for worse. We are allowed to meet again, and that is a wonderful thing. The kind of overarching condition to those meetings right now, however, is that should things take a turn for the worse, God forbid, but should they do that, much like in the way they did back in March, we would be forced to shut everything down again on a moment's notice, at which point we'd be shifting to a more digital format for whatever length of time. We understand that none of these conditions are ideal, from the mask to the social distancing to the shorter meeting time, but regardless of our opinions on all of the restrictions, we must make every effort to keep the priority of this ministry in mind, which is for us to assist you in helping your children build a relationship with Jesus Christ. That is the utmost reason for why we are here. And right now, we cannot do that without these rules in place. And so we ask just that you continue to support us on that and work with us. And there will no doubt be bumps in the road along the way, I'm sure, but by the grace of God, we will work through all of them. And we do ask that you all continue to please keep all of us, our volunteers, and certainly all of our students in your prayers as we work through these challenging times. And guys, I am excited to begin a new year. I miss you all so much, and I'm looking forward to this new year with hope. And I can't wait for September 30th to get to hang out with you guys again. Until then, take care, God bless, and I'll see you all very soon.